How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about Blade Runner Origins. This is Volume 1 of a new Blade Runner book titled Products there. And yeah, that's really cool. I'm a big fan of the Blade Runner comics. We obviously had the Ash series with 2019 and 2029 starring, a different Blade Runner. And now here we get, let's flip it to the text crawl at the beginning, where, you get all this stuff about Blade Runners, and then replicants who escaped and returned to Earth were hunted by special police squads, Blade Runner units, with orders to kill any trespassing replicant upon detection. This is the story of the first Blade Runner, Los Angeles, 2009. So that is quite a hook, the idea that we'd see the first Blade Runner. And he's not a Blade Runner yet in this series, This is very much where you can see the road that is going to take him to be a Blade Runner, but it's not official yet. So this is literally Origins referring to origins of Blade Runners. Now this thing has a quick prologue in 2007, but after that jumps to 2009, which is 10 years before pretty much all the action, and is some of our earliest looks into the Blade Runner universe. And this is, taking a look at another Blade Runner character, but with some importance, to what's going to happen later. He is the first one after all, so it's not just the adventures of some other random Blade Runner. This is going to set up the whole force. So de facto, a very, very interesting story. And overall, I liked it. I mean, I really liked the regular, the 2019-2029 run, and to see them give it a second book, and the quality is pretty much just as good, that is really, really nice to see, So, first things first, let's flip it open to the credits page. Blade Runner Origins Products, written by K. Perkins, Mellow Brown, and Mike Johnson. So kind of weird that we have 3 writers here, but hey, the product came out fine, so don't worry about that. Mike Johnson, you may remember from the other book. We also got creative consultant Michael Green, again from the other book. Art by Fernando Dagiano, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Colors by Mark Lesko, and lettering by Jim Campbell. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk a bit about the plot. Now, I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to say my piece on a few plot points and make sure you guys have a basic understanding as to what the story's about. We open up with that prologue I talked to you about. It's only a couple pages, and we see the Siege of Kalathina from 2007, and we get to meet our new hero. His name is Cal Moreau, and he's fighting there with his friend, and the two of them think they're doomed against all these guys, even though they probably have only one more wave. He makes a charge and finds that a lot of them are dead, and he sees why, and I'm guessing these two are replicants, and they've just killed everybody. So you see the very bottom panel there. You're welcome. That's pretty cool. In the future, we see 2009, so this is 2 years later, and Cal's sister is very sick in the hospital, and this will serve as a lot of his motivation. He wants to work to pay his sister's medical bills, but also, if shady companies get involved, this might be one of their bargaining chips, So, his sister's in the hospital. We find out what he does for a living. This is before the Blade Runner unit, and he works as a detective at the LAPD, but he has a specialty of solving cold cases. So whenever a few cases get cold, they give it to this guy, and he figures it out. Now, he gets called in to meet his boss. By the way, I do love the colors in this book. Look at the dim, dingy colors. It's very film noir, even though it's in color, this office. But they talk about how an employee at the Tyrell Corporation, a big scientist, has hung herself in an apparent suicide, and the Tyrell Corporation is just moving in, just opening their new headquarters, and has a lot of pull. So, they kind of need someone to go in, out, and investigate really quick. And if you pull on this too much, it might be a career ender for you. So they're sending in Cal, he's a cold case guy, and his boss doesn't really like him and thinks he's kind of expendable. So if he pushes this too far and he winds up getting fired, he doesn't really care. We get to see the crime scene, and we get to meet the assistant, who was the one that found the body, Effie Koropi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But she's quickly pulled away, and a representative from the company, who's kind of your main antagonist this time around, shows up. Laura Stahl? Laura Stahl, and she's always in these kind of weird, pristine white suits with this really close-cut white hair, So, yeah, pretty, just something a little bit off about her, this villain, and he, of course, doesn't get too much from the company representatives. They're keeping everything hush-hush, but he knows that there's something up. After a night of drinking, the brother of the woman who killed herself says, "Oh, I don't think she would do that," and there's probably foul play, and of course, right off the bat, something's up. Someone just threw an entire dumpster at them, so yeah, probably some sort of foul play involved. So right off the bat, a good classic film noir mystery. There might be foul play, bam, something comes in. But what the brother, they say, is that there's a prototype for the Nexus 5 that supposedly escaped from the lab on the day the sister killed herself. So you kind of wonder what exactly happened. Was the sister's death actually a suicide? Was it this replicant, the Nexus 5, or was it the company who was trying to silence her about something? So you don't really know what exactly happened, but you do get to see that there is an unexplained death, there is a replicant running about, and there is a mysterious, shady Tyrell Corporation that you don't know what they're up with. And the new replicant is pretty cool. Here's a cool double-page shot. He jumps off a building and grabs onto this spinner. So a pretty big, tough guy there. And there are some pretty cool action sequences in this. There we go. There's a good shot of if you're in focus, a good shot of the new replicant, close cropped hair, and this jumpsuit with this popped collar and stuff. But anyway, there's a lot of cool things going on here. The action is pretty cool, and I realized, towards the end there's this fun action scene, and seeing the artwork go pretty cool in this action scene, I really wish there was a lot more action in this book, just because when you finally get it, it flows well. But this is, for the most part, a film noir detective story, and you also know that there's more to your main character, but it's dished out slowly and in little pieces, and you do get some cool new, sights of this world, Here's a little train bus. I really do like, the way this world develops. There's this nightclub they go to. It's a bird-themed nightclub, and that's a reoccurring set there. This other shot I really liked, Cal has to, charge out on the job, and you see instead of a spinner, he has a regular car, because spinners are for the more important people. So you see that not everybody has a flying car yet, which I thought was a fun detail. And so yeah, there's a few really cool things like that. And, I'm really interested in, meeting the new characters and what they do in this book. Everybody, kind of has an angle, and you're figuring out who they are and where they're coming from. And one thing that was a surprise is the new replicant. You think, okay, it just escaped from the lab, it's just killing people, but no, it has this whole agenda, and it's not what you would think, and trying to figure out what it's doing, and you slowly realize, okay, this is really different. And then by the end, it's something you probably didn't think, which I thought would have been a bigger surprise. But they're like, oh yeah, figured that out. But yeah, the what this replicant's doing is really new and different. So that was pretty interesting as well. And the book has several really cool themes, especially like what the replicant's doing. And some of these themes you can tell are referring to modern events, but they talk about them in a different and interesting way. And it's very, very much in the Blade Runner universe. So I did like that if you're going to talk about modern stuff, making it feel at home in the story, which is actually kind of rare for Hollywood. And yeah, I really am wondering where this book is going, and especially it's the first Blade Runner, but also one thing is, like, look at his jacket there. That's very similar to Decker's. I'm wondering if it is Harrison Ford's jacket, and if he's gonna somehow leave it to him or something. I don't know, but overall a really good new book. It's I'd have to say probably the same quality as the original series. So if you like that, I definitely recommend picking this up as well. I wanted to review it sooner, but I had to buy the trade. For whatever reason, my comic shop only got in issues 1 and 3 of Blade Runner Origins, so I don't know why they didn't get in 2 and 4. They just said, yeah, we didn't get them in, so there's that. I'm hoping that whatever's up with their releasing over at Titan gets resolved, because I'd really want to read these as soon as they come out. But anyway, for everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping the channel out. I'll put a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you want to see more, you can click there and see more. It'll have my reviews for all the 2019 and 2029 plot arcs so far, as well as the first movie. So anyway, if you want to see more, you can click there and see more. Have a good day now. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.